MBRT friends and family, and happy Friday. Today is an especially exciting Friday because it is National College Decision Day. What does that mean? Today is the day when colleges ask students that are coming in, that are enrolling, to make their official decisions today. So there are lots of excited students across the country that are hopefully making their decisions today, sending in their deposits, getting on their college swag, getting really excited about their futures. And of course at MBRT, we are really excited about the future. And a lot of our programming centers around helping students figure out what is the best path for them. So we thought it would be fun today to have our MBRT staff members tune in and share with you why we chose our colleges. So I don't know if you can see this, but this shirt says George's Girls. So I am a proud alumna of Washington College in Chestertown, Maryland, and we have a lot of really cool history, founded in 1782, and George Washington we're like his biggest fans. So one of my favorite college memories was getting together with a bunch of other college alumna, and we ran from Chattanooga to Nashville, 200 miles in a Ragnar race. So even years and years after graduating, we all came back together and supported our love for Washington College and ran in this 200-mile race, which was an amazing experience. And I'm so glad that I got to share that with some college friends that I made. So we're going to be joined by different MBRT staff members to talk about why they chose their colleges, some fun memories, and also how you can make your best college decision. So let's go ahead and our first guest. Excited. I love this stuff. This is like so much fun talking about all of this stuff. And we have, yay, Mrs. Cox. Hello.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Happy College Decision Day.
I am so excited.
Yeah, I can tell. So, okay, introduce yourself. Tell us where you went to college.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Morgan Cox, and I am a very, very proud alumna of Randolph-Macon College. I have you can kind of see it. I have my swag on. It is a small liberal arts college located in Ashland, Virginia, which is just about 20 miles north of Richmond.
Awesome. So what did you major in?
I majored in communication studies, and I actually minored in journalism, which is it's a story for sure. I actually minored in 3 different things throughout my college career, and I finally decided on journalism my second to last semester. So I didn't fit the stereotype of changing my major a lot. I went in knowing I was majoring in communications, but I could not decide on a minor. So finally decided on journalism.
So how did you choose communications as a major?
Well, I remembered in high school, I really enjoyed a public speaking class I took. And I've always really enjoyed talking to people and just being around people in general. And there really isn't a better career to go into or something to study other than, the study of talking to people. So that's basically, I've always been fascinated with journalism and that aspect of it. Randolph-Macon didn't offer journalism as a major. So, but I've always been very interested in like news broadcasting, magazines. And when I found communication studies kind of embodied all of that because it goes into a lot of different careers. There's public speaking, there's event planning, public relations. All of those things were so interesting to me.
That's so awesome. So is that part of why you chose Randolph-Macon, or how did you make that decision to go to Randolph-Macon?
So I always laugh when people ask me that question because it's kind of one of those goofy stories. I have been looking at colleges since I was 3. Like, that's not even a joke. My parents are both teachers. My dad was a football coach, so it was part of family vacation to go and visit every college stadium across the country, wherever we were. So I didn't actually find out about Randolph-Macon until August, right before my senior year of college or of high school. And so as a part of Virginia Private College Week, my parents and I spent a couple of days traveling throughout the state of Virginia looking for colleges. And I went to Randolph-Macon. I'm a Steelers fan. Their colors are also black and yellow. So I thought that was interesting. But I honestly didn't really think much of it while I was touring campus. It wasn't until the next day when I was at another school looking at them. Every time they said that college's name, I heard Randolph-Macon, and I took that as a sign that I should probably go there.
Yeah, so it was a sign. That really helped. Well, definitely your career, your major in communications helping you with the program coordinator position now, because we get to spend our days talking with students and communicating with them and sharing fun things with them about their future. So perfect fit. That's awesome. So you also played sports.
I did. I was a member of the women's tennis team for 2.5 years. And then I decided to switch gears a little bit, and I was a part of the equestrian team for 1 year. The equestrian team was just getting started when I joined or attended Randolph-Macon. So it was still in the very beginning process, but it was really fun to be a part of that team for my last semester of college.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, there you are.
Happy National College Decision Day.
You too.
Yes, happy Friday. So introduce yourself and tell us where you went to college.
Well, I am Carrie Pannoni, and I went to college at Allegheny College of Maryland in Cumberland, Maryland. And I just want to say to all the students and families out there considering colleges, don't discount a 2-year college. Honestly, I went there in business too many years ago to mention, but I had a great experience, ended up working then after I finished and in business for many years in management, and then decided to be a stay-at-home mom for many years, and then decided to go back. And I went back again to Allegheny College and ended up going into education. So that's kind of how I ended up here at MBRT with a background in education. So I'm excited to be on here to talk about College Decision Day.
Yes. So what college search advice do you have? So if we have students watching or parents that are helping their students, or maybe counselors that are helping their students, like what advice do you have? Because you also helped your daughters go through, so you from a parent's too.
Yes.
Have.
Right. So a lot of factors play into it. Obviously, deciding what you want to do, what field you want to go into. Not every college, of course, offers what maybe your program that you want to go into. And I, of course, chose Allegheny College, and they had both education and business at both the times that I went to college. But whenever I was originally out of high school going to college, the thing that most attracted me, besides their business program, was the fact that I had family nearby. So I didn't have to live on campus, and I could live with family, and that was a factor. Finances are a factor, housing's a factor. All those play into decision making. Now, helping my girls, my two daughters, Rebecca and Isabella, with their college decision, money as a parent definitely plays a role. But honestly, you want them to follow their dreams. And my oldest daughter, we visited several campuses, and she could have gone to multiple different colleges that had her program she was accepted into. But I think it was the getting on the campus and getting the feel of what that campus was for her. It was just a great fit, and she loved going to Case Western Reserve University and in Cleveland. And then my youngest daughter went to Prosper State University, which is a local college here.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's so exciting that you have that perspective, and so helpful for your students too, that you have great perspectives that you can really help them when it comes time for them to make their college decision.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you wanted to share?
Well, definitely make sure, as far as advice, don't discount a 2-year school. There are lots of programs that you can get a 2-year degree. And especially when I was in school back then, it was a little different. There weren't as strict requirements for certain jobs and careers if you wanted to go into. And, you didn't necessarily need a 4-year degree at the time. But my best advice would be, whatever your education goals are, it's easier to achieve them when you're straight out of high school than it is and even though I switched gears after having kids and wanted to go back in education, go back to college, it's a lot harder than it is when you don't have all these other responsibilities as an adult. You're the head of a household, you're taking care of a family and small children. It's so much harder to go back to school when you have those other responsibilities. And then, just focus on college is what you can do, and not saying that I didn't work part-time when I went to school right out of high school, which a lot of students do. But, it's a lot easier. So that's one of my advice. And the other is, like I said, don't discount a 2-year school. I think Allegheny College, for instance, now, if you're interested in nursing, they are the #1 school in the nation for their nursing program.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, you made some really points. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective. This is why this is so the same. No two paths are going to hear all those perspectives.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Friday.
Thank you. You too. Happy College Decision Day.
I love all these different perspectives. This is so exciting. Hi, Annalisa.
Hi! Yay! I can
hear you now. Yay! So much spirit. I love it. So introduce yourself and tell us where you went to college.
Okay. Well, my name is Annalisa Sawyers, and I'm the state program manager for NBRT, and I attended the exceptional university, Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's awesome. Yay. So tell me, how did you choose your college?
I absolutely had no idea where I wanted to go to school. And so ironically, right after I graduated high school, my mom and my dad was in the military, in the Marines, and he got reassigned to Albany, Georgia. I'd never heard of Albany before. I had no idea where I was going to go to school. Albany State College, which was a small HBCU, historically Black college university, was in Albany. I said, okay, I'll go there. So for my freshman year, that's where I attended Albany State College, which is now Albany State University. Well, while I was there, a couple of friends in the spring said, hey, we're going to go to Atlanta because they're having this really big festival. Do you want to go with us? I said, sure, why not? And when I went there, I got a chance to experience all that is Atlanta. And I found this school and I was like, this seems like a really cool school. I went home, told my mom I was interested, did the application, and within maybe a couple of weeks, I got accepted. And sophomore year, I was on my way to Atlanta.
Wow, that's such a cool story. So that whole process, that's real for a lot of students, the idea of transferring from one school to another. Do you have any tips for that process?
Absolutely. I would say if you know from the jump that you're going to be transferring, I would say start doing your research about that school. Look, if you already have an intended major, look into the requirements for that major and start looking at taking courses that are going to be able to transfer, because I found out a lot of courses don't transfer from school to school. You have to take so many credits and so many in your major actually at that home institution. So you need to be really, really aware of what's going to transfer, what's not going to transfer, and kind of space out what you're going to take at the starting school as opposed to what you're going to end up taking at the institution that you'll finally graduate from.
That's such good advice, especially because I know some students, they're looking at going to a community college there. So it's important for them to look ahead if they have an idea of what that final destination might be. What do they need? What kind of credits? That's such good advice. So good. So now you have a unique perspective as the program manager. We talked with a lot of our volunteers. What are the top skills that employers are looking for that students might be able to build in college?
Well, definitely something that I didn't think about at the time, because for me, it was never a big deal. It was something that came naturally to me. But being able to speak publicly, whether that's just being able to stand up and give a report in class, because believe it or not, you still do that in college a lot of times. And a lot of majors, especially ones that are in liberal arts, require you to take some form of a speech or theater type of class as an elective sometimes. And so being able to do that, because when you go into an interview, a lot of times, being able to present yourself well, being able to speak correctly, knowing how to give that eye contact, all of these skills that you learn in those types of classes become absolutely paramount. Even when it comes to just being able to interview sometimes for scholarships and things that are available to you on campus, those become like really, really important skills. Some other skills, and it seems to be, in a technological age that we don't think about it, but writing skills are important. They definitely are important. Being able to read and comprehend what is being asked of you also is something that's critically important. So if I had to kind of categorize those, some skills, those are like the top three that I find, especially in my job, where sometimes I'm having to do presentations or I do a lot of trainings of our volunteers. Being able to stand up and articulate myself, being able to convey my message in a well-spoken manner, those are things that can definitely either make or break you.
Yeah. Good tips. All right, students, take notes. These are the skills that employers are looking for right now. Super, super
Absolutely.
good. Thank you so much, Annalisa, for all your spirit and energy, and happy College Decision Friday.
Thank you so much. Go Clark Atlanta!
I love it. Okay. Who else we have here? I'm gonna grab somebody. Love it. Okay. Remove. Okay. So let's see who.
Good morning, Andra, and we're having that problem again where we can't hear you. Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay. Let's go live. All right, let's try this with Mrs. Bell. I'm going to pull her up. So exciting. We're talking about College Decision Day. Let's do. There she is. Okay.
Good morning.
There we go. Mrs. Bell, happy College Decision Day.
Same to you.
So exciting. So, introduce yourself and tell us where you went to college.
I'm Laurie Bell. I'm the program coordinator at Cambridge South Dorchester High School, and I graduated a long time ago from Slippery Rock University. That's in Pennsylvania, about 60 miles north of Pittsburgh.
If I'm not mistaken, today is all. Yes?
It is their giving day as well. I know. Mm-hmm.
My there. So I see all that information.
How
I love it. Yeah, such a beautiful school. So how did you choose Slippery Rock?
Well, I'm going to age myself here, but this was long before the days of the internet. And we didn't have much knowledge of other colleges around the area unless you really did searches with your guidance counselors. And we always know the counselors are stretched as thin as they possibly can be. We would gather information on colleges by filling out postcards in their offices, and then the colleges would send us the information in the mail.
In the mail?
Through that mail that people sometimes get delivered. And my parents sent to two state schools that were not too far from Pittsburgh. I know I didn't want to go very far. And we went on to Slippery Rocks campus, and we got in the car after our tour, and my parents said, "So what do you think?" And I went, "That's the school." Something about it just felt right. I had no idea what I was going to major in. I had no idea what I was going to be doing there, but it felt beautiful and it felt right. So that's what I chose.
That's so cool. So that's important, because I think that feeling, that's something that so many people say is what helped them choose their college. So students, if you're looking, you're going to get this gut feeling, just like Mrs. Bell got. And that's might be the thing that helps you decide. You know, you can have your pros and cons list, your pluses and minuses, but that feeling, like, don't ignore that feeling. That feeling is important. Well, you also have a unique perspective, because you yourself went to college, but then also your sons went to college and you helped them through that process. So what advice, because that's like fresh in your mind, what advice do you have from that perspective, having helped your sons look at colleges and apply to colleges? What advice can you give students right now?
I have two really important pieces of advice. The first one is to start for looking at colleges if this is what you choose to do. Don't wait until the last minute. You have to find your beginning. And a lot of times for students, finding the beginning is very difficult. So whether you're going to start with deciding how far away from home you want to be or how close you want to be, whether you're starting with whether you want a big city school or a little country school, whether you want a public school, private school, and if you know what you want to major in, exploring the different programs, but you have to start. You cannot put it off for tomorrow. And now the internet, you can explore so much more than we did in our day. Well, my day, not yours, but my day. So you have to start. Once you get past that point and you're actually visiting colleges and you choose your college and you get there, you need to keep in mind that while you did everything right, it might not be a perfect fit. And it's okay, as Carrie was saying earlier, to change schools. Annalisa mentioned it. It's okay to transfer schools. You can find a school that you absolutely love, decide to change your major, and now it's not the perfect school anymore. So it's okay to change. And I had two very unique perspectives with my own boys. One knew what he wanted to do from the time he was 7, found the school and stayed there and finished. My other son didn't really know what he wanted. And once he got to a college that he loved, he found out it wasn't the best for what he wanted his new major to be. So he had to make some tough decisions and change schools as well. So it's okay not to know. I was in my last semester of college before I realized I wanted to be a teacher. Everybody doesn't know what they want to do the moment they graduate high school or when they start college.
That such great points. You give such good advice. Your students are so lucky to have you with all those different perspectives. And it is really important to note, like, you can go in undecided to a college, and if you find out that it's not necessarily the right fit, there are people there to help you find the right fit. There are still going to be helpers out there. You can even reach back to Mrs. Bell or somebody from Next Gen or somebody from your school. I know definitely counselors have helped students in their first year of college go on and transfer to the better fit school for them. So don't be worried if it doesn't work out the first time, because you will find it. It will happen. You will find that right fit. Well, thank you so much. Do you have anything else that you want to say? Any other advice?
No, I was going to thank you for having me, and I hope our students are watching, and please reach out to all of us. We're still here to help you, even if it's from a distance.
Yes, from a distance. Thank you so much. Happy College Decision Day.
Happy College Decision.
Okay, let's see here. All right, just want to join in. Maybe Coach Tashi. Would love to hear his perspective. Decisions made today are not forever. Oh, that's such a good point, Nona. Such a good point. Coach Tashi,
Hey, hey, Chica.
what is
I
up?
can't, not much, girl. How's everything?
Good. Drop and give me 10 push-ups. No, I'm
You
just
know
kidding.
what? Yeah,
Happy College Decision Day.
absolutely.
So tell us who you are and where you went to college.
My name is Tashi Williams. I am the Next Generation Scholars Program Coordinator in Wicomico County. And I went to college. You can see the NC on here, Northern Colorado. Go Bears. And that is in, I'm sorry, Northern Colorado. That is in Greeley, Colorado.
Important distinction. So how did you choose your school?
So I was actually a transfer. I started off at the University of Georgia, and very quickly I realized that the Deep South really wasn't my thing. So I decided to take another route, and I knew I wanted to go back home. I'm from Colorado, and so I knew I wanted to go back to Colorado. And through athletics, I had some friends I knew from high school who went up there to play different sports. And so when I got back home, I met with some of the coaches. They took me up there for a visit, and yeah, I just fell in love with the place.
That's awesome. So you had a good feeling about it, a gut feeling like Lori was talking about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. This is so exciting, like hearing all these different perspectives, especially like it's so reassuring, I think, for students to know that, and I feel like I keep saying this, but even if you don't find the right fit at first, like you will. And you seem to have so much pride for your school that you transferred into. From day one, did you just felt like it was right? Like when you stepped foot on.
Absolutely. You know, it's weird how it works that way sometimes, because I just knew that I was going to go and play at one of these big colleges. And then, you know, wound up that Northern Colorado was a smaller school. And, you know, in retrospect, I can't even imagine myself being anywhere else besides UNC at this point. I love that place. I love the city. I love the town. It's just an amazing experience.
Wow, what a testament. So, like a great school to check out. So you played sports. Let's talk about that. So what was that process like? And if you guys don't already follow Coach Tashi on Tuesday, he covers all of these different areas of going into college athletics. What does it take? What are scholarships? What are the differences between divisions 1, 2, and 3? But tell us from your perspective. So what was that whole process like for you?
It was, I was very fortunate. I was surrounded by great teachers. I was surrounded by great coaches and teammates. And so I had the opportunity to play for several different colleges, and I chose Georgia at first. But the recruiting process was pretty hectic for me. But once again, just going through that experience, you know, at such a young age, I mean, it was a lot of stress that was involved in it also. I was 17 years old trying to make a decision where I wanted to go and continue my, not just playing sports and athletics, but to continue my education for the next 4 to 5 years. And so, and that's what I wanted to, another thing that I want to bring up, you know, just make sure it's going to be so much about fit. And that's whether you're an athlete or just you're going to be a regular student. The fit is going to be huge. And don't do anything hastily. Study, spend as much time as you can at these colleges. Talk to people, talk to any friends or you know, anyone else who you know that you may know who have gone to these colleges or universities, because that is so important.
That's such good advice. Just it's all about fit. It really is. I think that's kind of the of the day. Like you're going to get that gut feeling. It's going to feel right. And if it's not the right place at first, you can definitely make changes to make it the right place and feel like you've done the right thing for yourself. So that
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Well, I always look forward to Coach Tashi. Looking forward to more information about college athletics. Is there anything else, any other advice or anything else that you want to say for students making their college decision?
You know, like I said, it's not anything to be taken lightly. You're going to have to be really on top of your time management, because surprisingly enough, you're going to have more free time than you think. That time needs to be utilized wisely. You know, so I mean, everybody wants to go and you enjoy your college experience because it's one of the best experiences you'll ever have in your life. But manage your time wisely. It's so easy to get caught up in different things because in most colleges and universities, there's a lot of stuff going on. Always remember what you're there for. And at the end of the day, whether you're an athlete or whether what, you're there for an education. Okay, so take that seriously, okay? And utilize all the resources that are available to you.
That's so good. So good. And if you need help with time management or getting organized, next week on Thursday, Mrs. Cox is going to do an entire session on getting organized. So that might be really good for students, especially those planning to go to college or thinking about their futures to attend. So little
That's
plug
called
for
a
that.
That's a segue. That's what we did there.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Tashi. Happy College Decision Day. Thank you so much for your energy and spirit. And we look forward to more Coach Tashi on Tuesdays.
Thanks for having me, Andrea. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right. So there we have it. Happy College Decision Day. So many good tips came from that. So it's all about that feeling. It's all about fit. You can change your mind. You know, there are tons of people here to help you make your decision. Lots of people that want to see you do well, and maybe starting to form those good time management and organization skills now would be really helpful. Well, we definitely wish current seniors the best of luck in making their college decisions. I know with the Next Generation Scholars Program, we so look forward to, we have juniors this year, so we so look forward to helping you through that process for next year. And we just can't wait to share more and help you build your future. You have a great Friday. Happy College Decision Day. And we will see you for our next broadcast, which is going to be next Tuesday at 11 on our Facebook page. We'll see you then.